Hello and welcome. Thanks for sharing your valuable time. I'm Andrew Twelftree, and today we're going to share something that's pretty close to my heart. That's helped me escape from my situation and is giving so many others a way out as well. So, what have we got? How to begin creating the lifestyle of a professional investor without a huge outlay of time or money. Now, I'm guessing this might not be your first information call on how to start generating some freedoms in your life. The first thing I'd like to mention is if you've struggled or failed to generate any lasting passive income in the past, it's not your fault. The information you're required to do it is not taught in our education systems around the world. In my view, that's deliberate. That's a whole other story, hey? So unless you went to university or had wealthy parents, how are you supposed to know? Personally, I wish I knew then what I know now. Now, I'm sure you'd feel the same. So if you've been worried that you haven't reached financial freedom yet, I want to put those fears to rest. You can do this. You just need the right information and the right people to explain it. Now, the system, as we call it, schools, universities, TV, news, movies, parents, banks, governments, everything and everyone is there to make you go to school, get a good education, get a trade or a degree, get a good job, and work hard for 40 to 50 years, and you'll have a great life. Now, what does that really get you? I don't know. I went to university. It started out for me with a crippling debt, right? No time, no freedom, living paycheck to paycheck until I was heading towards retirement at 70 with failing health due to many years of stressful work. Now, that's where I was tracking. Could anyone relate to that? So if you've ever been through, or if you've ever thought that the government and the banks actually want you to fail, you're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is we actually care about your success and truly want to see you living the life of your dreams. Now, my goal for this call is to help two types of people. Those who have been in the workforce for 20 years or more and are not in the position to retire financially free. And also for those just starting out, you'll learn how to avoid years of stress and struggle in the workforce. So how are we going to do that? We're going to explain the new economic evolution of the world and how it can help you escape all those years of pain and suffering. Now, before we get too far, we need to do a disclaimer. The cat's back. SWIG are not registered brokers or advisors. Consider information offered as recommendation or personal advice. All business opportunities come with risk, so please be responsible for your own results. Figures offered are for illustrative purposes only. We do not offer financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and seek confirmation from a licensed accountant or financial advisor for compliance in your country. Make sure they're a smart one. So, who am I? My name's Andrew Twelftree. I'm a president within the SWIG organisation. I'm an international speaker, private investor both inside and outside of SWIG. I'm a full-time online marketer and networker, but I never used to be. I used to be a civil engineer working on hot, dusty construction sites from 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. My alarm used to scream at me at 5:30 in the morning. I'd get to press sleep once. On the second buzz, I'd roll out of bed, through the shower, into the clothes, coffee, and in a truffle mug, maybe a piece of toast, and out the door by 5:49, or I'd catch the traffic. Right? Arrive at 7 a.m, a phone in each ear, the boss in one ear, the labour force in the other. Work back after everyone left to catch up on paperwork, and then roll home at 7 something at night. Now, that's not living, guys. That's just surviving. Now, pretty soon I learned to resent the time I spent at work instead of with my family. Now, these days it's a bit different. Obviously, I'm an Australian living in the Philippines by choice. I'm a cryptocurrency enthusiast and a global investment portfolio co-owner, which is one of the three things we're going to talk to you about. Obviously, we've got a few shots, been to Malaysia, India, UK, Belarus a couple of times. So it's been a pretty wild year, but look, it wasn't always the case. Not all that long ago, I had $50 to my name and 2 weeks to wait before flying back to the Philippines. I lived on tomatoes, cucumbers, and toast. That was it. This is the only place I could get internet. I was actually staying in a construction yard. All right. The laptop was on a bin next to the office wall. All right, and that was my office chair, an upturned esky. So, guys, that's where I've come from. So that's a good idea on how you can transform your life if you choose to do so. So, the moral of the story is we eventually got through. I absolutely worked my backside off in that construction yard, and it led to most of the leaders you see in my team today. But back then, SWIG was on its first project. It had a limitation that made it struggle to realise some of the incomes needed. It wasn't until February this year at Malaysia where we heard the announcement that our second project was soon to be launched, right? Once the crypto unit program officially announced, we got to work. So we are SWIG, all right? We sell education. The revenue from that, 50%, traditionally went to Skyway, and in return we received equity ownership in the company. Our crypto unit program, which is we're going to expand on shortly, has a global investment portfolio that we tap into. We still sell education, but in return, as a bonus, we get equity ownership in the portfolio. The crypto unit program is the largest shareholder of the Skyway technology. They have 1.4 billion shares. But here's the bonus. For the last 7 months, we have been receiving and will continue to receive loyalty bonuses. And this month, we actually received a profit share as well from the profit of the portfolio. This here, guys, makes all the difference. Now money. Okay? So the launch of our crypto unit program allowed everyday people like us to tap into a global investment portfolio so we can profit whilst we learn to develop our own. So how do we do that? And now what our movement is new economic evolution of the world. So what is that? It's basically a three-legged stool. There is 3 pillars of the new, right? The first of which being education. So let's have a look at that. Now, traditional education system, as we've shared with you, does not work. It will put you in servitude to the system. Voluntary slavery for 40 to 50 years is the banks and government's way of transferring wealth from your pocket to theirs. Right? On the other side, our system fast tracks you to the wealth creation mindset, business, investments, people and money working for you. What's on offer? Unlimited, uncapped passive income and financial freedom. Now, when you hear of financial freedom, do you see visions of mansions, Lamborghinis, 50-foot yachts and private jets? Many people do. But really, it's not. If you can learn how to generate enough passive income to cover your expenses existing, are you not financially free? I suggest you are. You could work on lifestyle after that. Freedom and choices are a lot closer than people think. So that's the education component. Now, do not underestimate the power of that. Now, the next one is co-ownership. This is what initially gets people excited. Then they realise they need to learn more. So let's have a look at the co-ownership. Now, at this point, I'd like to introduce our CEO, Andre Herato. He is a professional investor, a self-made multi-millionaire, the founder of Skyway Invest Group, the creator of the Academy of a Private Investor. Now, that is a course that teaches you how to become a professional investor. All right? This was started in 2011 and transformed into Skyway Invest Group in 2014. We are not a new company, guys. We've been around 9 years. Now, Andre is also a finance and investments business coach. Now, let's have a look at our portfolio. Now, Andre, in his wisdom, when he first started SWIG, understood that at some point the crowdfunding efforts for the Skyway technology would be completed and he would need another instrument for us, the members of SWIG, to move forward and promote. So he started an investment portfolio with $26,000 out of his own pocket, applied the strategies he teaches, and and basically when the crypto unit program launched, the portfolio was worth $12 million. August this year, it was up to 63, and as of today, it's around $100 million. As you can see, this is an actual pie chart of our portfolio. Now let's have a look at a few of the things in it, and we will expand on these in a moment. We've got real estate developments, Thailand, the Crimea on the Black Sea. We have 1.4 billion Skyway shares. We have 3 gold mines and counting. We trade in gold. We have US stock market companies and Russian stock market. UGPay, our banking license and brokerage firms. We are going to create our own ecosystem bypassing the banks around our portfolio and platform. We are in the movie industry. We have cash investments and reserves, and we have cryptocurrency holdings, investments, and trading, and also our cryptocurrency ATMs are about to roll out. So pretty diversified, guys. So let's have a look at our crypto unit club compared to some other instruments out there. Now, ICO, many of you would have heard of, an initial coin offering. Now, we aren't one of those, but it is an unregulated industry where all you need is a coin on the blockchain, a white paper or a scratched up website, and a story. Now, the story could be we're going to disrupt the banking industry by having unlimited international transactions 24 hours a day for minimal fees. People go, oh, wow, that sounds awesome. We're going to throw money at that in the hope that it actually reaches an exchange, spikes significantly in price, and then they can sell the coin and solve all of their financial problems. What traditionally has happened, now don't get me wrong, there are a couple of good ones, but a lot of unscrupulous people have launched ICOs, okay? They've collected the money and then run away with it, which is leaving people out of pocket, you know, angry, dismayed and gun shy to take new opportunity. Here's the point. We are not an ICO. We are a security token offering. Security being the operative word. This indicates that we have an asset backing our token. Now, the asset in our case is the global investment portfolio that we've just discussed. All right? Now, if the value of our portfolio has gone from 26,000 to 12 million, 63 million, 100 million, it's a pretty strong growth, isn't it? What do you think that's going to do, or do you believe they'll be able to continue that trend since it's been going for over 5 years already? Absolutely. What do you think that's going to do to the price of the coin, or our token, sorry? Now, we are still in the final stages of our pre-launch, so the discounts we're getting on our packages will never be available again. There is extreme demand for our crypto unit program. What happens when this goes to the public marketplace and we've got that kind of demand on our product? Absolutely, a lot of money will come flowing to it. Phase 2, global merchandising phase, where our financial advisors will be able to sell this to their databases and our ATMs start sweeping the globe. Phase 3 is when we go into the exchanges fully SEC verified or compliant, and that is anticipated to be in the first quarter in 2020. All right? Once the public launch happens, we won't get the discounts that we are getting today. So we have the opportunity to accumulate a lot of these tokens right now and create some insane wealth. Because when it goes public, 65% of every new dollar spent on released tokens gets tipped back into our portfolio, increasing its size significantly. We're talking hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, guys. Right? We've been receiving loyalty bonuses, as we said, for 7 months now, and we are starting to receive bonuses on the growth of our portfolio. Now, these bonuses will continue for decades/generations to come, as the portfolio is specifically designed to last for generations. They'll pull anywhere between 8 and 35% of the growth of the portfolio and pay it back to the token holders as a loyalty bonus every month, so we have ongoing, increasing monthly passive income for the rest of our lives that we'll be able to will on to your children and them to theirs. Is that not what everybody wants? Absolutely. Now, for a moment, let's talk about the US dollar. Back in 1971, Richard Nixon temporarily removed the gold standard from the US dollar, which at that point caused every currency around the world to become a fiat currency, And it also allowed banks and governments to start conjuring money up out of thin air. And they've been doing so in the trillions. Quantitative easing, 1, 2, 3. Banks don't lend money, they create it. And that's why it's so hard to get by these days, because the buying power of our dollar has been diluted by the minute. Now, just on a side note, if you study the history of money, every fiat currency in the history of time has, and there's been over 600 of them, have returned to their intrinsic value of zero. Why will this be any different? If you're not prepared for what's about to happen, then you could very well get wiped out. Now, in the 50s and 60s, you could actually exchange your gold for money. Gold is a brilliant store of value. In the Roman days, you could buy a chariot with a bar of gold. Today, you could buy a car. Now, if you had these 4 shiny bars of gold on your kitchen bench, apart from going, yeah, hey, is there any way that you could turn them into 20 bars of gold of the same size without digging them up out of your garden, buying them, or hijacking the golden goose? There isn't, is there? Because it's a finite amount of a precious metal. This is why banks and governments hate it, because they can't print it. Right, on the other side of the fence, our portfolio, our golden goose, literally can produce 20 bars of gold and more, because we own several gold mines, along with diamond production, land holdings, shares, all the other stuff that we have within our portfolio. The point is, the underlying asset is growing in value and not just price like gold does. All right, so I hope that sank in. So let's have a look at some of the investments within our portfolio. In the venture capital segment, obviously Skyway is a large part of it. And we have also the Basalt coming into it. Now, Skyway, obviously, we've been helping develop this technology. So we've seen this as it's been developing. We have several cargo models ready to go. We have a uni bike, a uni bus, which are certified, ready to go. We are building a high-speed certification track. And our first commercial project is going to go up the middle of Dubai in the very, very near future. I believe they're starting. So Skyway will make a bucket load of money in the future. Basalt. Now, this is derived from melting down volcanic rock. They create a fibre out of it. It's kind of like carbon fibre, so you can understand. You can actually make textiles out of it. You can make skins for cars, aeroplanes, all that kind of stuff. Space technology, you can build furniture out of it, 3D printing and all that. Now, the biggest one that I see as an engineer, all right, in concrete, when you build a concrete structure, inside the concrete, you need steel reinforcement bars to help it so it doesn't pull apart, right? Now, these are heavy, expensive, difficult to handle while you're constructing, all right, and they corrode, which gives concrete structures a shelf life. Now, we can actually build reinforcement bars out of basalt. They are lighter, a fraction of the weight, a fraction of the price. They don't corrode, all right, and they are actually stronger than steel reinforcement bars. Does that give you an idea that we could replace all the reinforcement bars in every concrete structure around the world? The market potential for this, guys, is in the trillions of dollars. All right, we are 50% owners, right? If that doesn't get you excited, how about this? We are in the precious metals arena. We have 3 gold mines, one in Europe, which is producing, Ghana, Tanzania. We also trade in gold, all right? Now, I have seen the contracts for Ural Gold. By April 2020, we will have produced out of this gold mine 40 tonne of gold, and thereafter 10 tonnes of gold per month. So by June next year, they will have produced 60 metric tonnes of gold. We are 50% owners in that. All right, a lot of gold. So we'll have 30 tonne of gold backing our tokens as of mid next year. Now, if that doesn't get you excited, we are also in the banking segment. We have investments in a holding company that owns a bank. We have access to a banking license. We have 2 brokerage firms, one in Delaware, USA, Cyprus to cover the Europe market. We are working on one in Singapore and another one in India. All right. UGPay Data Bank. Now that's an online banking system we have been signed off on. We can be our own fully fledged online bank. GeniePay is an online money transfer system, right, that we can transfer money from here to Alaska and then over to the States and then back to New Zealand with no or minimal fees. CryptoMat are our ATMs. You can put cash in and buy cryptocurrencies, including ours, and you can also put cryptocurrencies in and pull cash out. These are like a license to print money. We have 4 installed in our offices in Europe, and we are working through the red tape to have tens of thousands of these installed across the planet. Each one will profit anywhere between 500, 1,000, 2,000 and up per day per machine, depending on the turnover. Now, if that doesn't get you excited, we have investments in different stock markets around the world. US market, the Russian market, we're moving into the Indian and Australian markets, okay? We have holdings in a lot of the major companies that you'll know, Amazon, Telsa, Apple, Google, Facebook, Twitter, Yandex in the Russian market, which is their Google, all right? We have lots of IPOs, which we'll expand on, and mutual funds. Cryptocurrency and blockchain. We have coin holdings. We have our little trading bot that's just churning along on the side, just as a bonus, all right? We're just testing that. And obviously we've got SEO and our ICO crypto unit investments. Equity in business. Now, again, this is even more exciting. Sushi Master is a Japanese cuisine franchise. There are about 230 stores existing. They will have about 300 by April next year. Between April 2020 and 2021, they have a goal, and they will achieve it, of opening another 2,000 stores. We are 5% owners of the Sushi Master franchise. That capitalisation, after they've added the next 2,000 stores, will be about $5 billion. Not bad. We already have some franchises. We have 2 50-50 franchises. Right now, how that works is we front the money to build the store. As soon as it's operational, 100% of the funds from profit is used to pay back that investment. After that, we share the profits 50-50 with Sushi Master, who manage the store. I say rack them up all day long. We'll have as many of those as we can. Thank you. Someone else manages it and we get the profit. Right, we also have a 100% franchise in that's about to open in Belarus. I believe that's January, February it's about to open. Chicard, all right, is an online shopping centre discount chain. Really cool thing that we're going to incorporate with all of our online ecosystem as a bonus, guys, and we'll make a bucket load of money out of that as well. We are in the movie industry. We are making we've seen the shorts of Dragon Man. We met him in India, all right? That movie alone, from what Andre said, we'll invest about $2.5 million, and we have the potential to turn over $90 to $100 million from one film, all right? Now, that's insane returns. Now, if the film flops, we'll get 2 or 3 times our money. Go again, all right? And we are building TV series and all sorts, okay? So next is we have real estate. Now, the real estate we own, there's a ocean lot in Phuket, Thailand, and another one in the Crimea on the Black Sea. We are going to be building resorts on them. We're going to be using the Marriott timeshare business model to make an absolute killing and ongoing income from it. Now, there is rumour that potentially in January something may be launched. All right? One of the options could be potentially a crypto unit program based around the real estate investment to raise funds for it. We'll have to wait and see, but there's a lot of wink, wink, nudge, nudging going along. All right? Gemstones. We actually create or grow our own diamonds. Example right here. The quality of them is such that you can barely tell compared to a natural one. Now, we can sell these to mines for diamond head drill bits, to jewellers to make jewellery, or we can make our own jewellery. We'll probably do all of the above. Pretty exciting stuff, isn't it? Now, we also have a heap of IPO deals, initial public offering, right? Revolve is a fashion company in LA, right? CrowdStrike, antivirus software for businesses. We've already doubled our money on both of these. Fiverr, an online marketplace where people get stuff done, like banners and images and videos, all right? Chewy, now this is what I thought it was, but it's actually an online pet store, big in America. Now, they wanted to expand globally. They didn't have the money. The bank wouldn't give it to them, so they came to us. They wanted a certain amount of money for a certain amount of equity ownership, which is our business model. All right, so we struck a deal. All right, a few others. All right, now, just on that, who's heard of the Shark Tank show where people come in and pitch their products and that and look for investment? We are like the Sharks guys. People come to us now to do for investment. All right, and we can pick and choose which ones are the best and suit our portfolio best for profit and capitalisation. A few others: Adaptive Technology, Change Healthcare, The Real, Medallia, Health Catalyst, Live On Go, just to name a few. Now, that was all the co-ownership component, guys. How cool will it be, or is it, that we get to be a part owner in all of those investments? All you need to do is participate in the education and you get co-ownership as a bonus. Now, the third pillar of the new economic evolution of the world is business. Right now, this is what I embraced along with the other two to help me go from the construction yard to freedom. And it's not just me, guys. There are so many people around the world. I know Alex did a live today where she showed us where she used to live with bullet holes in the front door, all right, to where she lives in a 5-bedroom house now. Stories like this are frequent, guys. So what about the business side? You can actually earn your financial freedom passively if you choose, buy big enough packages to accumulate enough tokens so you can sit there and wait for the dividends. All right, but you can significantly compound your efforts by sharing this life-changing opportunity with others to give them the opportunity to set their path onto financial freedom and earn some passive income in their lives. By doing so, you earn real-time commissions paid into your back office and bonus tokens for free. Obviously, the more people you share this with, the bigger your income. So I'm going to share 3 quick secrets with you. You can fast-track your knowledge and mindset to that of the super wealthy. The limiting beliefs that have been drilled into us or brainwashed into us from kindergarten, you have to work hard for money. Money doesn't grow on trees. If you drive a Lamborghini, you sell drugs, all that stuff. We can wipe that out and start thinking like a wealthy person. And once you do, the world opens up to you because it is abundant. We can jumpstart your portfolio by tapping into our crypto unit program and all the investments and future investments that we've just shown you. We can learn to compound your efforts significantly by helping others on their path to their freedom. We are actually helping people, guys. We're not out to get a commission. Now this, guys, this 1, 2, 3 combination is only available with SWIG. I haven't seen it anywhere else. It's easy to get started. Grab the link from the person who's invited you. There's lots of news, training and support groups. So if you want to just dabble in this or build it as a serious business like many of us have, there is the training and support there. We want you to become a professional investor both inside and outside of SWIG, so we can all create multiple massive passive income streams to reach our financial freedom and then in turn help others reach theirs. So we can all start doing what we love and follow your passion. What we're also doing is leaving a legacy for your family. You will be the one they talk about in generations to come as the one that set this thing up all those years ago to allow them to have the lifestyle they have today. So on that, guys, what we'll actually do is open it up finish the presentation and open it up for questions and answers. Good to see a few people jumped on. You know the construction yard we talk about? Say hello to Alex, guys. There he is. He's in it right now. So there we go. You know the bins down the side, the photos on the thing on the way through, don't you, Alex? Oh, we can't hear you. We'll have to unmute. Hang on. There, you should be able to unmute now. Can we hear you, Alex?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep, we got you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, good, mate. Better now. So, no, it's all awesome. So good to have everyone jump on. So, are there any questions, guys, on what we just presented to you? Fire away. Silence. I must have nailed it. All right, most people want to know how they make money out of it. You know, what's in it for me? All right, we kind of did that on the second to last slide. You can accumulate enough tokens to sit there and wait for dividends, or you can go out and share this with people and compound your efforts. Obviously, the more you share it, the more your income. Okay? Because it is a multi-level structure, crowd investing. It's a new system that we're basically carving our own new niche into the marketplace. Okay? So you can actually earn down multiple levels. I think that the deepest I've earned from is level 24. All right, Henry has raised his hand. Where's Henry? Hi, Henry. How you going? Come on out and ask your question, buddy. You there, Henry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, very quietly, but yes, we can.
Okay, yeah. I just have a simple question to ask.
Yes, ask away.
And my question is for those persons that are going to be investing in SWIG and the crypto unit. I understand that the program pays out, gives bonuses on your investment, the loyalty bonus.
Yeah, loyalty bonus, yes.
Yeah. So when will investors start cashing out their loyalty bonuses on the monthly basis? When will that commence? When will that start?
Well, that commenced 7 months ago. We started receiving loyalty bonuses 7 months ago. All right, and this month we started receiving a profit bonus, which is a profit from the portfolio. So, yeah, that started back in, I think we got our first one in May, which was for March and April. And then every month since then. Joe, you've got a question. Come on out. I'll unmute.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, mate. How you going?
All right, thanks. I just want to know that you get a link to join, is that correct?
Yes, from the person who's referred you.
All right, and what is the cost involved to start?
You can open a free account and look around, and then there are 8 or 9 different education packages ranging from $53 through $100, $250, $350, $500, $1,000, $2,500, $5,300 and $8,000. All right, there's different education packages. Now, obviously, the bigger the education package you buy, the bigger the bonus of ownership or bonus tokens you get, which are part ownership of the global portfolio. So obviously, the more you spend, the more bonus tokens you get. Does that make sense?
All right, so
use you more?
Yeah, so when I sign up, I will have access to the website. I'll be able to see exactly what's going on.
Yes,
and have an idea.
So when you sign up, it's a free to join.
Cool.
You go into you'll need to do your verification and update your profile, a couple of things like that. Then when you go to the education packs, you can see that you've got the education courses listed there the price and the number of bonus tokens that you'll receive for buying that package. You'll have all of them down the page. Now, for the 8,000 pack, I think you get 260,000 tokens. And for the 53 pack, you get 600. All right, so obviously that ranges from about 3 cents per token up to about 9 cents per token at the moment, which is the current value of where our tokens are at. Did that answer your question, Joe?
All right, thank you.
Yep, no worries.
Yes.
Any other questions, guys? Wow, quiet bunch tonight, aren't we? Normally if we get a couple of questions in, they go off. But how exciting are some of those investments? I mean, the basalt, the gold mines. I mean, this guy's smart. It's cheaper to dig gold up than buy it. So he's just buying gold mines, and we're sharing in the profit. Now, you know,
the basalt.
Sorry?
It sounds good, the basalt. Absolutely. Construction around the world, replace steel, it doesn't corrode, we don't get cancer in concrete. It sounds bloody great.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's stronger than steel. Stronger tensile strength.
Yeah, that's
cool. Amazing. So, so we're actually going to be. Yeah, that is amazing. There's $1 trillion industry right there. If you think about every concrete structure you've ever built, Alex, there's always.
I know. It's insane how much reinforcing we use in this world.
Yeah.
Especially if it doesn't deteriorate, reinforcing.
That looks awesome. We're going to cut the meeting short tonight, guys. We just had a salad arrive. Have a go at this.
Yeah, Andrew, yeah. I'm also... Oh, lovely. Okay.
And I spoil. Yes, Luke.
Can you hear me there?
Yes, mate.
Yeah. No, I'm also blown away by the basalt as well, because you can make material, you can make reinforcement stronger than steel. The possibilities are endless. I guess it's similar like hemp was, but obviously there's a lot of controversy with the hemp product, for even though it's industrial hemp that you can use. But yeah, the possibilities are almost endless. And
they can actually also do fabric for this, that you can use like a big scoop and just pick up oil from an oil spill. Just picks it up.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, so material, clothing, rope, you name it.
Yep. So no, it's pretty insane. So as of with just the Ural gold mine, with the contract we've seen, Alex has seen the contract, I've seen the contract, the annex that said 40 tonne by April next year, and then 10 tonne per month after that, will give us 60 tonne by June next year. We own half of it. So by 30 tonne of gold, we'll be backing our token by June next year. Now, the number of tokens that will be released will be about 30 billion. All right, so we have got 30 million tonne of gold at about $50 per gram. All right, for 30 tonne of gold is 30 million grams of gold. So it's about $1.5 billion in gold backing our tokens. Works out at about 5 cents per token backed by gold, never alone all the other investments. All right, add all that stuff to it. It's just amazing. Now, ultimately, Andre wants to have at least a gram of gold per token. And then that's his initial goal, and then after that it gets ridiculous. Oh, you know that 35 gram of gold coin, the anniversary one? 24 karat gold coin that people might have seen? He wants each one of them backing each token. That's out a few years though. That's not going to happen in the very near future. So any other questions, guys? Did you get it, Alex? Got the bloody spot out. Either that or he's got misbehaving kids running around at his feet. Slapping them on the head.
Bloody out tonight, mate. It's hot weather, getting steamy. We're getting ready for 40 degrees tomorrow. So, Andrew, what's the link? You send a link to go onto the website, is that right?
Yep.
You can sign up for free on that.
I'll flick you one, bro. Yep. So it's just
send it over to me. Let's get this right.
Yeah, we'll catch up after the call, mate. We'll get you signed up and everything. So, all good.
Yeah.
So just hang around and everyone will drop out, I guess. So any other questions, guys? Alex, yes.
Well, if Alex joins up, we're going to have to stay Alex 1, Alex 2, and Alex 3 or something. Seriously.
They're everywhere, aren't they? They're as bad as Andrews. They're like rats, aren't they?
I know, right? But we're better.
Yeah.
The Alexes come with more love, Andrew.
Yeah,
more
that's
love.
it.
That's it.
Stand around. We won't go there either.
So you're signing up, are you, Alex?
I'm definitely going to have a read for sure. Yeah.
You'll have a poke around for a couple of weeks. That's what you always do. We'll get you. Now, we've had a couple of other new names on here. We've got Vernon, Leonard, Chucks. Who else? Any other questions, guys, before we wind up?
It's not a question, but I just want to say thanks for your help today.
You're welcome.
With all that stuff that I had on. And I've got some guys floating around in the background somewhere. Obviously, Mickle's signed up. He's on the call tonight. And there's one, two of the other ones that these guys have difficulty in getting on. And I think we sort of take it for granted. One of the guys that was going to get on the call tonight had to borrow a phone so that he could get on the call, and he may not have been able to do that. So we think that it's hard work to stay awake, just for me, to get on here.
Yeah.
But this guy's got to borrow these phones and things to get on the call. So yeah, some of them are really pushing it to get here.
Well, I like the fact that we actually have a way to go for everybody, because the $53 pack is designed for third world countries. Right, a 53. I mean, that is a week or 2 weeks' wages in many third world countries. But mate, when they get it and they start sharing it, they can earn way more than that very quickly, depending on their tenacity.
Yeah.
And they're willing to be coached, right? Because you've got to have, how was it say? You've got to work on your credibility as well as. I mean, we did a whole marketing training last night. In fact, you should be sharing that with them, Francis. All right, because you need the right posture and confidence to be able to go out and share this effectively. Some people need to work on that. So don't worry, I've got other people working on it. Alex has got most of that. What do you say, you reckon, eh? Posture and confidence.
Yeah.
To burn.
Yeah.
That's it. So, guys, any other questions before we kind of wind up on the presentation side? Obviously, we've got Neville on the call as well. I haven't seen Neville before. All right. What we might do, guys, is unless there's any last ones, we'll wind up. Thank you for attending the presentation. I lost my mojo a little bit halfway through there, but we got through it. So what we might do, guys, is tomorrow night we'll back up and do the same again. Obviously tomorrow morning or lunchtime Australian time is the US call. So we do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday every week, both in the Australian evening and the US evening. Okay, so we've got 8 meetings a week and trainings in between. So obviously get hold of the person who has invited you and jump on board. Yep. Right, so on that, everyone have an awesome night. Hang around, Alex, and we'll let everyone else drop out and we'll stay on and get things sorted.
Thanks, Andrew.
Cheers.
Thanks, Andrew.
Catch you. See you, Dan.
Well, now you can have a good meal. You can start eating that beautiful salad, eh?
Yeah.
I said to Mrs., you better get me a dinner down here. I'm going to be here all night. This is fine.
No, you're not going to be here too late.
Well, that was a nice presentation there, Andrew. I'm quite professional. I quite enjoyed that. I didn't get to tune in to the very beginning, I think.
The very beginning was kind of an introduction to let people know that the system's stuffed and we're all being ripped off. In effect.
You dropped out there, and what was that?
I said the intro is basically to let people know that the system's rooted and we're all getting ripped off. I mean, they're putting us into slavery for 50 years where there is a better way out there. All right, so...
look, I agree with that. I mean, look, the system we have is actually, I've got Mozzie coming in, so I'll shut this door, hang on.
What cheese is that, Shane? What cheese is this? Because it's not. What is it?
Bloody great cheese, Andrew.
Cheddar one. No, much better than that plastic we get.
It will be soggy soil.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. I hate it. We've got nice green.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Right, so Andrew, hemp, huge thing, 40 licences given out in Australia in the last 12 months. South Australia.
Hemp?
Hemp's going to be, huge.
Yeah?
And so we're selling a lot of our shit to the growers.
Yeah?
And obviously the hydroponics thing. So it's going to be a big thing.
Oh, your DE stuff?
Yeah. No, but the hemp is going to be huge.
So we're going to have dope growers, legal dope growers all over the place, huh?
Oh, definitely in Australia for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, when the government realises they can tax for it, they'll be in.
Oh, they're on. They've given out 40 licences. It's on. It's literally on.
So we got dope crops all over the place now.
Yeah, but it's obviously you can't get high from it. So it's endless. You know what I mean? Start growing. You can't smoke it to get high. They grow it for medicine, clothing material, whatever. Like it's going to be big. It's going to be a big market, I think, here. To be honest, like people started investing in that 2 years ago here at 5 cents a share.
Oh wow.
Keep that in mind, yeah. And now it's starting to skyrocket. Licenses have been given out, and off it's going. So I'm really keen to get on that website and just actually have a bit of a read around and look. So do you send a link? How does that work?
I can send you a link. I'm just going to work out. Oh, I'm going to give you. His dad was pounding at me to ring you. So I'm going to give you this. Dad's in. He's a manager within the system.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I rang him a little while ago.
Yeah.
I hunt you down. Surprised he didn't tell you.
One second. Go on.
So what do you think of Pete's business, this tyre recycling shit?
Well, it's got some good potential, hasn't it?
I must say, it's certainly sparked. Certainly sparked my interest. You know what I mean? At a bare minimum. Just 1 sec, Andrew. Just 1 sec now.
Yep.